Hi Cancer, how are you? This is Sarah with Earth to Sarah Tarot. I will be doing your July love reading. I am so excited that so many of you, especially Cancers, watched my video for the month of May. Thank you so much for doing that. It means so much to me, all your comments and likes and everything. I did do a couple of things. I invested in better sound quality and a tripod. So hopefully that makes for a better recording this month. And I do apologize for the delay and not getting videos out for June. I just wanted to get a couple things first. So let's see. What else do I want to say? Oh, I got a brand new tarot deck that I am so excited to use. It is the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, and the artist is, Elizabeth Alba, who is married to Scott Murphy, and I used Scott Murphy's deck last time, the Modern Spellcasters, which is my other current favorite tarot deck. So I'm so excited to have this deck, but it is new. So forgive me if I have to look at the cards for a little while longer. Also, please check out your moon sign, especially in relationships. That's when our shadow side and our moon sign comes out the most. So if you want more clarity or this message doesn't resonate with you, try doing that, and you might find that there's some other things in there that are relevant for you. So let's get started. Cancer, my water signs, cardinal water. Your planet is, that rules Cancer, is the moon. So again, another reason to check out your moon sign, because that is your ruling planet. Also, when we think of the moon, we think of emotions. We think of the ocean as it manipulates the ocean tides. Ocean and water, that is emotions. And that is what your sign is about. It's about feeling. It's about having a shell-like exterior, tough exterior with a really, really tender, soft interior. So let's get started. I already saged and cleaned the cards and shuffled prior to this, but we're just going to do a little bit more on camera. And I will do a 9-card layout again, tell a story with the cards, and see what the advice and energies are for you. So just let me tune in really quick. Cancer, July. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Happy birthday. Those of you who have birthdays in July, June and July, happy birthday. So hopefully we get some good cards for you, Cancer. What does the divine want us to know for Cancer in love and relationships for the month of July? What are the divine messages for the sign of Cancer in relationships? Okay, let's go one more time. Okay, I had a card fall out. More. Also, I don't read reversals. That's just my personal choice. I think that there are enough positive and negative cards in the deck that I don't need to add the scariness of reversals on top of it. So I feel like I get enough, I get an idea of if the cards are good or bad, you know, or the relative to a negative or positive meaning just by the surrounding cards. So that's just my choice. Oh, I need some water before we start. Okay, and let's get to this birthday reading. I'm excited. Oh, I have to get situated. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. I have a lot of roommates. I live with my sister and my boyfriend. So I do this in my room, which is not ideal, but it's just so I can have some quiet time and some privacy, which is really hard to get with two roommates. Ooh, the Emperor. The Five of Cups. The Three of Wands. The Ten of Wands. The Page of Cups. The Magician. The Four of Pentacles. Page of Wands. And the Hierophant. Oh, I love this deck so much. And the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. So I will hold up the cards also so that you can see them better throughout the reading and as I explain them. So the Emperor in the center of the deck, I view the center card as sort of your main energy and the most important energy because it touches all the other cards. So that's sort of current. This is kind of like past, present, future. But they all kind of go into one story that's not solid. So when we think about it's interesting because you have the Emperor and the Magician right next to each other. Both are major arcana cards. Both are very masculine energies, very much this energy is a creator and this energy is a maintains sort of the resources that have been created and allows communities to flourish because they're able to sort of manage resources. However, they're both the sign of a fire sign, Aries. So if there's an Aries in your life or another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, we have the Page of Wands here. It's quite possible that you are dealing with a fire sign. They are very much an opposite energy where they operate on power of will and curiosity and courage, and you very much operate through your emotions and your feelings and navigate through things slowly, where they're very much go-getters. So you could be dealing with a fire sign or in a relationship with a fire sign. Also, being that the Emperor is in the center of the deck, this could be an energy that the tarot is asking you to sort of maintain this month or take on to be a more fiery person. There's just so much to say. I just have so many things to say. Also, Cancer rules the fourth house, which is house and home, environment, and the Emperor is card number 4. He rules the environment. He rules his home. He represents the father prototype, a protector. So we could be also dealing with the father of our children. You could be dealing with your father. That could be an underlying issue for you. I'm not seeing any super negative cards, so I don't think that there's a negative connotation with that. I do, however, feel like being at home and being in this structured, stable environment is obviously the way that Cancers operate. That's where you're the most comfortable. And I think one of your biggest challenges in relationships and in life is to operate outside of that comfort level and to push yourself to try new things and to take on new ventures and really trust yourself. And one thing about an Aries individual, or about an Emperor, or about the Magician card is, I certainly don't need to tell these two people who they are, what they're good at. They have confidence. They believe in themselves. They trust in themselves. So there's an area in your life where you need to trust in yourself, and that might be in your relationships, or that might be the people around you are very confident and very much encouraging you right now to take on that sort of that brave nature. Last month, if you watched the video, we talked about your circle of friends, and we talked about your circle of trust, and you having this built around you as a sort of nest of protection, and you like to kind of control your environment, and you like to know what's going on, in your home, and be the leader of that sort of arena. And I think that one of your biggest struggles, and also a struggle of the Emperor, is that people are not puppets on a string. They're not to be controlled. So I think where I'm going with this is, you could be dealing with a fire sign individual, or anybody, any partner or potential partner that is different, in that you're finding you can't control them, and you need to you have to kind of go with their plans and do different things. Like, they might be asking you to go camping, or bungee jumping, or something that's very much out of your element, and they like to do things that are out of your element. And I think it's a little bit challenging for you, especially with your birthday month. We have summer, people are outdoors, they're doing things, they're really kind of taking on, or not all of us, but in summertime, that's when we try to get outdoors and do, more adventurous, brave things. And I think that because you don't trust yourself, and because you aren't as confident as this person is, I think those type of things are a little bit difficult for you, to break out of your everyday routine and your everyday nature. So I think, this relationship, or this potential relationship, does require you to have confidence, and requires you to be a little more adventurous and brave, and it's a little challenging. I think it's a little challenging this month. So we have the Three of Cups underneath, or on the bottom of the deck, which is sort of a card that looks over the reading, and is sort of the foundation card, or one that is an underlying issue, and it's the Three of Cups, which is about celebration, friendships, good times, happiness, joy. I love that the moon is in the background. I think this is very much relative of your birthday and your birthday celebrations, and turning a year older, and making plans for your future, and how you're going to take this next year on with yourself and with your relationships. And we talked about kind of filtering out the people that aren't good for you, and the people that don't, treat you as well as you treat them. So I think that if you've done that, maybe you're down to only a couple solid friends, but that is who you're going to be spending this year with, and that is who you're going to hopefully surround yourself with. Your top people, the people that have your best interest at heart and understand you and want you to succeed and want you to feel empowered and brave and protected. So we have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. Page of Cups would represent a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So this can be you. This is someone who's younger, someone who is just kind of beginning the more mature stages of life. It doesn't have to be that age, but if you think about teenagers and how they explore their individuality and who they are and what they're on this earth for, we've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, again with this fire sign. There is a need for you, Cancer, to explore your creative side and venture out beyond what you know and to take a new path. Do you see this little kitten over here? He's encouraging this person to sort of take this path that may be a little intimidating. And I think that if you are dating a fire sign, they kind of ignite that side of you. Like they'll say, hey, you like to paint? So paint. They'll go buy you like the brushes and the stuff, and they'll set you all up and go, okay, if that's what you're good at and that's what you desire, then go for it. You know, do it this year. This is the year that you should find your creative purpose in life. You know, someone who's more than just a mother or a father or a parent or a brother or a sister. Like what drives you and makes you happy. You know, that's what these pages are about. They're about finding that internal sort of fire and purpose. So let's see, what else do I see here? Also, when we think about a Cancer and what your purpose is and what you're meant to do in life, I think that your greatest impact is in human relationships, and you flourish by nurturing, mothering, caring for. You're very in tune with how people feel. And if you are in a relationship with a fire sign, they're not as inward and they're not as in touch with emotions and desires. They're more in touch with their willpower and what they want to accomplish and things like that. And so you finding something that drives you outwardly yet internally satisfies you, I think will have to do with a human connection on some level. What's interesting in this deck and what I love is that the Hierophant normally is like a high priest or something like that, but in this deck it's a yoga instructor. And for some reason I'm feeling like I should say, you know, maybe that is something that you would find comforting. Maybe you would be good at yoga or teaching yoga. That's very much involved with human connections, breath, energy flow, intuition, emotional healing. So that's something that you could look into as well. You know, the Magician has everything that they need to succeed here. They have all of the resources. They've got the cups, the wands, the swords, the cat, or, you know, plants and things represent earth, the pentacle. They are able to, they're magic. They're able to create their environment. They're able to generate and create and produce an environment that works for them and that is good for them. And if we have a card regarding environment, fatherhood, relationships, protecting, desire, your purpose to serve, whatever that is, it's time now for you to create that and to look deeper than the everyday. You know, map out a game plan. And you know, if your game plan is to find a mate or to find someone, you know, to support you and you're feeling lonely or whatever, you know, then the way you do that is becoming in touch with yourself and loving yourself and caring about yourself, and going and doing things that are important to you and that matter to you. And you will meet somebody that has those same interests and has those same, you know, you will surround yourself with people that have those same goals in mind, and then you're more compatible, right? If you both enjoy going to yoga and you meet a handsome guy or a beautiful woman yoga teacher, I mean, you know, it's good to have similar interests with the person that you're dating, you know. That's the way you can celebrate together and do things together. You know, I get the feeling that you've been, maybe it's like you're feeling alone and you're hanging on to this security, you're hanging on to what's comfortable, and it's boring you. You know, the Five of Cups is about someone who is not emotionally fulfilled. They're not seeing the larger picture. They're living in the past. They're looking backward instead of forward. You know, behind her or in front of her, she's got all these spilled cups, you know, but if she just would look ahead, she would see that there's this party with two new cups there. And it's like, you need to see what else is out there. You need to see, you know, you're like, is that all there is? Is all there is, you know, what I have now? Because this world seems heavy, and this world seems like I've got a lot to carry, and it's monotonous, and, you know, relationships can be monotonous, and it's like you need to include this creativity, this purpose for you, for your soul, something that's good for your soul, and stop hanging on to, you know, stop hanging on to what's comfortable. You know, this card is about teamwork and about developing a goal and following through with it. So it's like, I see you thinking of things. It's like you're standing at the pier of your destiny, you know, thinking about how you can make your life better, your relationship better, yourself more confident, how you can build on what you already have, but in a way that sort of fills your soul, you know? And it's like, if you don't venture out of your shell and if you don't follow through with things, then you're never going to get there. You know, you're going to stay here holding on to your money, holding on to what's comfortable, staying in this 4 and not going forward, not moving on to the 5, your soul purpose. So, you know, I think this fire sign right now, it might not be a relationship that is going to last because you are very different, but I think it's really good for you right now to sort of challenge you and push you out of your zone, and they have this like optimism about them that is good for you right now. And I know it feels like they're pushing you a lot. They're really pushing you out of this comfort zone. They're really pushing you to do more, and it seems like it's a lot. It's a lot to carry, like they're a lot. But, you know, I think it's really going to surge you forward and out of out of this 4, out of what's comfortable. You know, see how this person is locked up, the cat's peering outside the window, another 4. This is holding on to something so tightly that it's not, you know, money even has to be expended. We have to push it outward in the world for it to kind of flow freely, right? Supply and demand, things have to go out and move in a wheel. If we hang on to our money, you know, it's never going to grow and give us what we need. And, you know, the Emperor can be very solid in his beliefs and very rigid in that he knows what he knows, and that's it. You know, he doesn't want to be enlightened further. But I think you do. You know, I think you really do want to find this deeper meaning in life. And, you know, I know this isn't super about love, but I think especially when we have birthdays, it's like those are the times of the year when we really start to reflect on our life and where we are and how far we've come. And you're either proud or you're not. You're either satisfied or you're not. And I think that you're comfortable, but being comfortable is not necessarily what you always need, you know? When the Magician comes up, he's asking us to create something. And I feel like it's time for you to create something larger than yourself, to participate in something that is morally, ethically, emotionally grounding for you. Also, when we're you know, this has to do with the father. When we're raising children, mothers and fathers, we have a very different approach on how to teach lessons and expectations for, you know, children. And you know, a father figure can be very domineering, very protective, very strict, where you're used to be, you know, you're the mother, you're the archetype mother who is used to protecting and nurturing. And you know, this time it's like there has to be a medium. You know, maybe you have to be both parents, maybe you're a single household, and so it's like to teach this child morals and values and ethics and things that are larger than ourselves when we are pushed out into the world. You know, maybe you have to be both the mother and the father in the situation, and it's hard for you. It's hard for you to you know, be that male or that masculine energy when it's so natural for you to be feminine and loving and caring, whether you're a male or a female. So that could be, you know, why the Emperor is so strong in this reading is, you know, when we have to take on that masculine energy, it's a little uncomfortable for you, and it's a little out of your element. But I think that you'll be successful and you'll feel proud of yourself. So I hope that made sense for you, Cancer. Happy birthday. Put yourself out there, break out of that shell and create, and, you know, find this path, you know. Find what really makes your soul happy, because that'll make you more of a catch. You know, if you're single and you're passionate about things and you have your own hobbies and your own things that you do, you know, that will make you feel a lot better about yourself, and you'll attract the right people. when we're lost, you know, and we're feeling like this, like we don't know what else is out there and what our purpose is, you know, we're not as attractive. Who's more attractive? The person that's just, you know, boring and sad and wondering what else, or the person that's taking control and saying, this is my destiny, this is what I do, this is who I am. Who would you want to date? This person or this person? So that's one of your biggest challenges, is breaking out of your shell. And only surround yourself with the people that want you to succeed. Okay, that's very important, because you're such a relationship-oriented social being. You cannot carry people, and, you know, you can't have people on your team that give you extra emotional or baggage of any kind, you know. You need to kind of filter that out and, you know, only surround yourself with people that are here for your greater good and want to see you move forward. So, yeah. Namaste. Have a beautiful month of July. Thank you.